At the outset, and from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank my mother, my University Law College, for giving me this platform to speak a few words. Before I set into motion and take you all through the nuances and the nitty-gritties, there shall be a dereliction in my duties if I fail to acknowledge the learned distinguished members on the dais, to begin with Honorable Registrar Sir, Sheikh Latif Sir, Honorable Principal, Dr. N. Darshad Sir, Dr. Sudesh Sir, Satish Sir, Madam, Dr. Jyoti Madam, Chandrakanti Madam, and all the faculty members of University Law College, my juniors, my seniors, my classmates, some of them who are here, who are not here, for making me the man I am today. While the most part of it shall be reserved and contained for the valedictory, I can't thank the management, the support staff enough for giving me an opportunity to start off the inauguration. Usually happens, it happens once a lot of things are done and things are placed into perspective, but giving an alumni a platform to start off with something like how the checkered flag is waved during a Formula 1 race, I think this kind of a prestige and an honor and how an alumni is treated, everyone should learn from one and only University Law College. Now, speaking about our journey, University Law College, I know so many of them sitting here come from sister institutions who host credible Model UN conferences. Over the breakfast, I was discussing this with Sudesh sir, how Model UN conferences are necessary to give us an intellectual learning curve, to enhance our public speaking skills, diplomacy skills, understanding of foreign relations, Indian polity, etc., etc. Every institution does it, it's like a feather on their hat. Year 2020, October 2nd, it was Gandhi Jayanti, I still remember. When we started University Law College Model United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, we did so by questioning the status quo. What was the status quo? The talk in the town was, this is a government college. Most of them speak Kannada medium, most of them are conversant and fluent in Kannada. Can they belong to an elite space as utopian, as urban chic, as English, as convent, as a Model UN background? 5 years down the line, with almost 300 odd delegates on record, with a lot of pomp and panoply, the 4th edition of Model United Nations is an answer to everyone who put a question mark. This was a conference initially did not boast of a legacy like so many colleges out there. We were born when the world was going through a horrendous pandemic. When survival had become, then there was a big question mark on the status quo of the survival of the society. We thought that we need something that keeps the people engaged, wherein online classes had become a mockery, wherein people were distracted to online games and a lot of things that you have on your Google Play Store, which I can't mention on the dais. We thought that intellectual curve is the need of the hour. We need to bring back the people. We need to give them a platform. We need to do something that generates the debate, that generates intellectualism, that promotes nationalism, that promotes internationalism, that promotes globalization. And the idea of University Law College Model United Nations was born. As an institution in the moot court, we have the oldest moot court in India. We are probably close to 30 editions. In terms of alumni, the Supreme Court and the High Court of Karnataka, Supreme Court of India is a testament to the kind of luminaries we have produced. One professor there, it just took one man to change one generation, and that generation went on to inspire millions. And every advocate you find in the High Court today, he will be incomplete, he will be failing in his duties if he does not pay reverence to Professor Dr. Sudesh sir and all the faculty members present here. That is the conviction we have in the High Court of Karnataka. That is the aura we command, be it in the Supreme Court or High Court of Karnataka. Now, I'm not here to be a random cheerleader or to just go on and on about mention. As I told you, this is my mother. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಗ ಬಂದು ತಾಯಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ವೇದಿಕೆ, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜು, ನನ್ನ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್, ನಾನು ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಗ. But speaking about the bigger question in the room, as delegates, what is that we expect out of you? How many of you are first timers? This is not the question that I usually ask in the committee rooms, but how many of you are first timers? How many of y'all are nervous? How many of y'all are anxious? How many of y'all are confused? How many of y'all are in the paranoia as to whether you are under the pressure to deliver and win? Let me tell you a small cheat code. MUN, no doubt, is a very serious stuff. Especially in the world today, over the past 48 hours, when the global dynamics is shifting, when we are literally staring at the face of a war, and when the World War III is at the edge. What is that a conference like MUN can actually do? What do you think an MUN can actually do? Do you think someone sitting in the United Nations, or even for that matter 10 Lutyens Delhi or the Raisina Hill can actually hear you? Then why have you taken that effort? Why have you taken that effort to come here and speak, to participate, to reverberate? Hello? I'm asking you all. Don't worry, I'm not marked for this. There won't be points of orders on your speeches. Why are you here? Beautiful campus, a lot of greenery around. So you all want to go more eco-friendly? I can see cunning smiles. Why are you here? Huh? To see a change within, okay? Huh? Knowledge, okay? Knowledge even ChatGPT is giving you today, but why the effort of coming all the way to a campus that is at the edge of the city borders and then participate? Huh? Someone said change within. You know, Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you wish to see. But I think currently the times are such that no one is taking Gandhi seriously. Then what is the change within that you are speaking about? My dear friends, how many of you all think that, okay, participating in MUNs or events of this regard actually changes you? Or changes the world? How many of you think that MUN or simulations of this quantum are instruments of global change? Oh, that's like a handful. People, sorry to disappoint you. MUNs can't do anything. MUNs can't change. What MUNs will do, I thought some of them are my students and they'll already be ready with an answer. Yes, boys at the back. What MUNs can do, MUNs can't change the world, MUNs don't have the power to change the society. But certainly what MUNs can do is change you, the individuals, and it is you, the individuals, who will go on to change the world. And that is the reason why we believe in this concept of debate, this concept of deliberation, and this concept of diplomacy. Well, I know that we have a penchant of speeches after I speak. But fundamentally remember one thing. To perform well in the committee, what is important is not to be the most researched delegate. What is important is to be the most stupid delegate. And I mean what I just said. When I say stupid, do not fear saying something which is nonsensical. Do not fear saying something which is impractical. You have crisis committee also, if I'm not. What truly matters the most is to stand up and speak up. Focus on speaking. Focus on being a better version of yourself. Mark my words, 2 days, people. 2 days. It's about you, your evolution. What is that you can bring on the table? It is for you to challenge the status quo. A great academician by name Professor H. Narasimhaya, the founder of National College, used to once say, and I quote, how many of you understand Kannada, are quite familiar, frequent and fluent in Kannada? Oh, that's like a majority. So more than the government mandated 60% is what I can see. All the KLA assembly members are laughing. Professor Narasimhaya used to once say, Prashnisade enannu swikarisabedi. Do not accept anything without questioning. I am no communist, but Karl Marx used to say this. Always question. Question the idea, question the status quo, question the authority, question the rule of law. Do not accept anything without questioning, because if anything is coming to you for free of cost and bereft of suspicion, it means that there is something nasty attached to it. So cultivate the idea of debate, cultivate the idea of discussion, cultivate the idea of questioning. Doesn't matter how high or mighty that person is. A society progresses, a civilization progresses only when you question, and that question should have originality. Because today the major threat of us is that we are all AI driven. What happens is that we are all driven by ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok, etc., etc. How many of you, let's be very honest, how many of you use ChatGPT for your speeches? Oh, we have one very honest person. Lovely. My friend, AI is here to complement the human intelligence and not replace it. Just remember one thing. I'll conclude by saying this. The machines and technology did not go on to build civilization. What went on to build civilization is the will of the power, is the ideas of power and the person's ideals towards justice. The technology or artificial intelligence and the machines did not march for equality, did not envision an idea of fraternity, did not write poems and petitions on the walls of prison fighting for justice. What fought for justice, what established equality, what established fraternity, what brought in liberty to mankind is the ideals, the willpower and the vision of the people. And it is this ideals, vision and willpower of the people that should complement technology and not the other way around. With that, all the very best to all the delegates. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.